Alright, I got everything epoxy, not epoxy primed, epoxy primed too. But also, I ground away 1.5 inch area around each one of my welds. And this R12 stuff, it sprays out pretty wide, so it just ended up, but I don't know if that'll show, but there's only bare metal right here. That's epoxy, bare metal, epoxy. So I actually still have epoxy in between the weld through. Just the way I did it on all this, but then I just sprayed over top of the epoxy. So that's what's going to get sandwiched up in between. So now I'm mocking everything back up to see, because I've got these filler plates that I have to put back in. And so I have to do the same thing to these, because if I don't, the epoxy on the back side of that is going to burn away, and then it's bare metal. We don't want that. So literally I need to weld through prime inside and outside here. Well, actually I can wait on this, but at least the inside weld through prime all those spots that I've got set up there, where you can see that my welds are going to come through. So that's what I've done there. So basically this whole back side I'll take maybe 1 inch or so away from it, and then put some weld through on the back side. That way when I weld through, it won't just burn the epoxy off, it'll leave hopefully some weld through there. Then I'm going to try to figure out, if I can at some point, a way that I can actually get a wand up in there and spray some stuff, maybe cavity wax or something up and back in here to protect that as much as possible. So that's kind of the plan for now. So you can see here all the little red dots. I'll just come around here, kind of like I did here, knock away where I can weld all this in. I've also spotted there's a lot in this process. You're doing this, you got to really think this stuff out, and I may be even missing something. But I've also mocked up my brace under here and figured out where this piece is going to fit, and also where this piece here is going to come up next to my frame rail. Well, I'm going to weld all of that down that frame rail, and then all the way across there to that frame rail as well. That way all this is welded down. Then I'll take all this stuff off here as well. That way I'm going to weld a piece in here, and I'll probably do that before I go too much further. But I'm going to mock this up here, and then I'll get underneath there. I'll flip this over and see how big of a piece I need, because remember there was a gap right there. I'm going to try to take care of that and make this sit flush like that and get rid of that gap in there while this is off the car, and I can have it upside down and make it easier. So I went ahead and put my pins back in for now, to get this all, to also figure out what exactly I need to prime, because I still have to take stuff off of this. So I'm going to pull this back apart, grind this back, go ahead and do all that. Actually, while I just got this together, might as well go ahead and flip it over and figure out how big a piece I need in there, and then I can take it all back apart. That'd save me a step. So anyway, there you go, thinking out loud again. That's it for now. See you. Alright, here's what we got. I need to go over this a couple more times, a little bit more weld through, but that's right over. I ground away the areas. You probably can't see it, maybe you can, I don't know. Big circles, and put weld through where it's going to meet another panel. So there you go. And these will have the side things welded on like we talked about earlier. Still need to do these, got to grind these and then put those on. Those will be for the tank straps, and then this will be for that piece there. Same deal, you can see where I've ground away. Went back over it. Probably need to go back over it one more time. I'll put this stuff on a little thicker, like I said, turn up my welder, and it goes right through it, no problem. I don't like to scratch it away. I used to scratch it away, I don't anymore. So It seems to weld fine if you turn up the welder a little bit and you get decent penetration with it. But I'm gonna let this sit until tomorrow, and then I've got other stuff going on. All these pieces over here all done, primed up. Yeah, they don't look fabulous, but who cares? It's way better than what they had underneath there. That's 3 thick coats of epoxy primer. So that should be pretty legit as far as lasting a long time. So yeah, we'll see how it works. But might wonder why these little rings, that's about the size of the heat ring. I don't want any of this epoxy burning away, so that's how I'm putting that. And when I put these tank straps on, these are already dry, so it's not going to really matter much. I don't know if this is the right side or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Anyway, they'll go on something like that. And once they're all welded on, all this outside will get hit again, blasted, you know, whatever. And then I'll re-epoxy the whole thing when the car's, like I said, on a rotisserie or whatever however I decide to do it. But at least it's protected now inside there where it was bare metal before. So I think that's the wrong side. That's probably actually the other side. It may not be. Maybe right. Well, something like that. Yeah, I'll have to look on the other side and see how it's lined up. But anyway, that's it. See you guys.